it's my time. Every day like I'll die by the night time. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the night time. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need.
Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 20. Two-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set. 70, Indy.
Check three, check three, check three.
Look at me. Go. Rock it. Let go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And his first pass is incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Locke will try again on 2nd down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Here we go.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Check.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Ready.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. On the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, alert 3.
61, max box, lights.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
To throw it is Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Locke now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by McManus is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Boy, shifts past him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Brings us 3rd down.
18.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Run right. Check 25. Check 25.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super toe.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Zadarius Smith on the stop. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Set up. 60 or.
Give these traps. Let's go.
Ready?
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Locke on the bootleg. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Denver. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, Charlie. You got 4. Let's go, Mike.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We need 18.
Now it's Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And left side here, it's Graham.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Rodgers to throw once more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's got his man on the comebacker. He's at the 30, past the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, it's Grant. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And Bryant's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Block now to throw. He's going to float this one deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, baby. Turnovers. Get that ball. Get that ball. You can get it.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
General West.
Now on second and 16. Rodgers, throw left side, complete. That's Graham.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Got him in open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Davante Adams. Touchdown, Packers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Go.
Motion. Technique.
Hey, lock it.
49.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Locke finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
80 weapons.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Go.
Here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league...
and the Broncos get there and take him down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way.
March 47. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Pass complete here to Sanders. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall, Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. Now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back now at Lambeau. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here comes Grant on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing now is Locke. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up in empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go. All day. Inside. Just like that. Hey,
Throwing is Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. SOS. Pick the edge. Come.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent. 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Shown right there.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Locke trying again after the pick 6. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. He holds it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Locke rolling to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Block now on 1st down. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Freeman. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's locked. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out. Not over.
As you said, 2-score game still. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Ready.
Mark 54. I'm here all day. He's checking.
61. Matchbox lights.
From midfield, here's Locke. And that's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 20. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Check it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he will find his man on the outside. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
It's just move. 24 is the mic. Let's go, D.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Locke to throw for it on 4th. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Let's go now. 90, Wolf.
Watch tight end.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, y'all.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so high. You don't see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spin. A-star crazy, A-plus final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we ride. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chest man. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all peak the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all peak the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, it's crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me. When up and up is magic. With the